Okay, so today is February 6th, 2026. Yes, I got it right. So I am on my artist date. I am at the MoMA, one of my fave places in New York City. This is my third time here. I'm actually sitting in front of one of the pieces of artwork that I got to experience the first time that I came here. Anyway, so I'm sitting in front of this piece of artwork that I got to experience the first time that I was here. Hold on, let me see if I can get it in the visual. Boom. So it's literally backwards in the camera, but nothing I can do about that. Um, yeah, I got to experience this the first time I came here. I feel like I didn't get to fully experience it the first time I was here. I was on a date with someone, like, so yeah, it was like a cute little date, and like I was kind of focused on building a connection with another person, and I did not fully submerge myself into the museum experience. But I'm sitting here and I'm just appreciating it. I can read the little it had like a little thing next to it, like where you can like read about the artwork and stuff and the artist or whatnot. So I will read that. So this artwork is by Glenn Ligon or Ligon. I'm not sure how to if I said that correctly. And this painting, this sculpture is called Warm Broad Glow. It says Rose laughed when she was happy, but she had not the wide, abandoned laughter that makes the warm, broad glow of Negro sunshine. Gertrude Stein wrote in her 1909 novel Three Lives nearly 100 years later. Okay, I feel like I read that separate. I feel like that was supposed to go together. Either way, I'm gonna keep going. Ligon decided to quote a fragment of Stein's text for this black neon sign. The dark words remain clearly legible against a bright halo of light. In the glow of Ligon's neon, Stein's words and her casual reliance on problematic racial stereotypes are set in stark relief. Yeah, so that's what that says. Um, yeah, I think it's an interesting piece of work. I do remember like my first time experiencing it. Like I was looking at it and I was like, "What?" I'm just off first glance, it's just like, but art is subjective. So, um, I've been here for a while though. I got to experience the drop in draw class, the drawing class. They were upstairs on the sixth floor. And we were drawing from this artist called Ruth Asawa, I believe. The art was pretty cool. Hold on, I'm gonna show my interpretation of the art. Yeah, that's what I drew. That was just like my drawing, like my interpretation of the sculptures. This is exactly like what the sculptures look like, but obviously it looked a little different The sculptures were made of wire, so that's why I like the weird squiggly lines. I drew them like that. They were not in these colors, but I chose these colors because like I feel like I'm very intentional with colors sometimes. So even in the way I dress, like I'll wear certain colors to make me feel a certain way. Like uh, red is for passion. Um, and this I used orange, pink, yellow, and green. Green for me is like it can mean many things. So far, for me, it means like growth, growing, you know, evolving, things of that nature. Yellow is happiness. I don't know why. I guess that kind of goes with what this painting. I mean, this painting again, sculpture. Like I feel like this kind of goes hand in hand with this sculpture. You feel me? Negro sunshine. The sunshine is like a yellow ish, whatever. But yeah, yellow is happiness. Um, Orange for me is creativity. I feel like orange has always reminded me of my mother, and I feel like my mother is like one of the most creative people that I know, even though she doesn't really like pursue like any type of arts or anything. But my mom has always, I feel like, has always been a great chef. She's always been a great hairstylist. I've seen her do her nails. She can draw. I've seen her do so many things. And she told me recently, like last year, that like she used to enjoy dancing growing up, even though that's something that like she never pursued. People kind of discouraged her from it, so she never did it. But as I said, orange creativity reminds me of my mom. Pink. Pink is like the softest form of love. Just genuine, real, pure love. And did I say all the colors? I said orange, I said yellow, I said pink, and I said green. Yeah. So, yeah. Pink is like, yeah. Red can be like a very passionate kind of love, but also passion can be, I don't know what's the word for it right now. Yeah. Passion can be a very strong feeling. Not that pink isn't a strong feeling of love. Like I said, it's a softer, like different kind of love. Whereas passion can be expressed in many, many ways. Like you think of passion, you think of someone who's very like, I don't know, just that kind of like extra dramatic, a little add a little umph to the art, the speech, the drawing, whatever, And then whereas like pink is just like a softer like, let's just kind of take this moment in and let's just enjoy it, let's love it and let's cherish it, stuff like that. Boom. So yeah, I feel like my date has gone very well today. I always enjoy spending time with myself. Yeah, I do. Did I sit down and write today? I did. So of course I write damn near every day, so there's that. I did a little writing prompt. I don't think I fully finished it because I feel like I had more to say, but I really didn't know what to say. Like, I just didn't know how to finish it. I'm going to read what I wrote. Okay, so my writing prompt today. Well, it was kind of between yesterday and today. I started writing it yesterday, and then, but anyways, writing prompt is, who is your comfort character and why? When I think of this prompt, I would assume a TV show character or a book character. For me, my comfort character would be Steven Universe at the moment. He is my comfort character because he's such a hopeful person. Despite any circumstance that may seem negative, he chooses to look at potential and focus on a better outcome. In a world where many have different perceptions and ways of living, he continuously stays grounded in who he is. He is kind, loving, he gives grace to others. I was going to add on to that, like I was saying, but that's the end of it. Anyways, I feel like there's so much more to like Steven Universe's character that like just gives a person a lot of hope. So that is like one of my comfort slash safety shows. I feel like through all of it, like Steven Universe just knows who and what he is. You feel me? And like people can be a certain kind of way. Like let's take the Lars character for example in the show. He can be very like he can it can feel like he's being mean at times, very inconsiderate or blunt. But Steven always meets him in the interactions with a level of kindness that not many other people may have. Some people may see Lars and be like, all right, you got an attitude. Like, I'm not really going to talk to you because of how you are and who you are. Like how the other character, Ronaldo, stopped talking to him when they were kids because of like just something that Lars did because he wasn't being very considerate in one moment in time. So, yeah, Steven definitely a great comfort character for me at the moment. Um, else? I took some time today. Other than this date, I took some time for myself to just go and chill and kind of just grab a coffee and a little snack. I had a muffin and I sat down and I kind of did a little food shopping budget because I have to go get some food and stuff. Yeah, gotta get some food and stuff for myself and gotta make sure it stays in the budget. Psh. And then I had to update my schedule that I made the other day because a last minute schedule change at work. So I have to go in tomorrow and on Sunday. I'm not tripping because it's the closing shift, so I don't got to be there till the afternoon. So I still think I can get some of what I was gonna do done that day, which was mostly just like cleaning, getting in a little extra rest, and doing my laundry. Yeah, so I am gonna do my best to get that done. And I'm not tripping if I don't get it done. I have Monday off. So yeah, I've got Monday off. So yeah, I'm just gonna figure that out, make things work. So yeah, I do want to figure out what I am doing for my next days off because I kind of have a schedule, a little bit of an idea of what my schedule is gonna look like the following week. So I'm sure I'm gonna have Friday, Saturday off next week, which is good. I like having my weekends to myself, especially like Saturdays. Like, I don't know, that's just important for me. Like, I just love having Saturday to myself. I don't mind working on Sundays. So, yeah. I'm glad they gave me some more days though, because I was kind of hoping that they did, so I could like make a little more money, so I could have a little more money towards my budget. Which they gave me the extra days that I wanted, so I'm so very grateful for that. So very grateful. Hopefully the schedule continues to stay like that, like for the days that I'm gonna be having, which would be like Sunday through Thursday, I believe. Yeah, that that sounds like a good schedule to me. So I hope they keep that schedule. Um, I did write other stuff this morning. I'm probably not gonna share that. Um, wait, did I write? I did write. Yeah. Let's see. Do I feel like sharing it? Oh, another thing I did. I went to this like pop up event for Depop and Mac. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, they kind of like shut down the event. The police did, so they were not like really giving stuff out or really doing much of anything. And I'm not sure if the celebrities that were supposed to pop out like actually popped out or not. I did go later in the afternoon because I know it started at like 10 a.m. I went at like 3 o'clock. I took a little time for myself to like just kind of chill and write and kind of get my thoughts together a little bit in the earlier in the day. So yeah, let's see what else. I really enjoyed myself on this date. I got to see a lot of work of art, and I got to re-experience some art that I saw from the first time I came here, visited here. Um, this wasn't the only one that I like got to re-experience. I saw like a couple of other ones, and I was, pretty happy to go back and like experience them differently. Like, to be able to like just it's not that I wasn't able to like, read the art and appreciate the art before. Like I said though, I was just kind of focused on building a connection with someone, and I wasn't really fully in this like, oh, like let's enjoy this art experience. I was really like, yeah. But there was like these other artworks where it was like really cool. I got to read about it. It was like these stuffed teddy bears, and they were like just sewn all together. And the art was kind of saying something about like childhood memories and repressed trauma, things like that. And I was like, very actually, I think I have a picture of what it says. But yeah, I feel like just I have a picture of what the art looks like. Let's see. This is what the artwork looks like. That's like the teddy bears and stuff. This is like the other side of it. And then, so the name of that artwork is Mike Kelly's Deodorized Central Mass with Satellites. In 1987, Mike Kelly began to make sculptures from stuffed animals, which he describes as the adult's perfect model of a child. Cute, clean, sexless. However, Kelly's plush toys purchased secondhand from thrift stores and yard sales were discarded and soiled from use, seemingly beyond redemption. They are darkly humorous moments to lost innocence and repressed trauma. So that's what I was trying to say. That's what I remember reading. But, anyways, Deodorized Central Mass with Satellites was among Kelly's last works to feature stuffed animals. The toys are clustered in a cellular arrangement of one central mass and 13 satellites. To avoid illicit eliciting an emotional or sentimental response from viewers, Kelly sewed the animals' faces in. They are surrounded by 10 brightly colored abstract sculptures the artist called deodorizers, which is like that part they're talking about is like, damn. I'm just never mind. I'm gonna keep reading. Anyways, they are surrounded by 10 brightly colored abstract sculptures the artist called deodorizers, which release a pine scented mist in the air. By contrasting the degraded consequence of consumers' excess with the slick, reductive forms of modernism, Kelly taunts the hierarchies between high art and mainstream culture, between obsessive hygiene and moral decline. I don't really know what that means, but the artwork was very interesting to look at. It was very interesting to re-experience, in a different way. And then there was this last one that I took a moment to experience. That was something that I saw my first time here. And this one says, okay, the name of it is Post Atomic Abstraction. During the final years of the Cold War and in the decades that followed, artists in Germany and the United States faced a brave and contradictory new world. Working in the legacy of World War II, they were simultaneously confronted by scenes of destruction from the past and visions for rebuilding the future. As rapidly advancing technologies transform almost every aspect of life. Okay, I felt that was supposed to go together. I didn't read that properly. Anyways, in both countries, artists responded to this period of transition by synthesizing ideas of new and old, exploring mechanical and computer processes while still incorporating handmade elements in their artwork. Novel paths toward abstraction emerged in the push and pull between the pre war and post atomic worlds. For the artists in this room, a new horizon of technical possibilities shaped the materials they use and the ways they produce their work. Some artists created entirely original compositions, while others captured, processed, and manipulated images found in popular culture and on the internet, asserting their materiality and abstracting them by unraveling the associations they once held. Yeah. So being able to re-experience those, solo, and like actually getting able to read them and appreciate them, and like while also remembering the beautiful time that I had the first time, which I did have a pretty chill time. Can't complain. It was a nice little vibe. Like I said, I was building connection with someone else, so that was, you know, all you can do is be grateful for those moments. Well, from my opinion, so, and I'm choosing to be grateful for it. Um, I'm probably about to head out soon. I gotta go get my stuff from check-in. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do some more writing later because the other writing prompt, like I said, I didn't feel like I finished it fully. So I'll either go back to that one or start a new writing prompt. Either way. Um, Today felt really good. I did my best to make it feel good, and I think I achieved that. And now I'm about to go home and get some rest and, yeah, prepare for tomorrow, a new day. Thanks for listening as always. And yeah, see you later.